Hey guys, so today marks the last day in my 8-week experiment I've been doing with creatine. I want to go over what it felt like for me, what results I think I got. I'm going to show you some before and afters and try to give you a vibe for what that felt like for those 8 weeks. Despite being one of the most kind of researched and analyzed compounds that's out there, creatine's been around for about 30 years or more now in an intense studying sort of way. A lot of people still think of it as a steroid. It's something for muscle heads in the gym. Today I just want to quickly go over what creatine's all about. And then again, I want to show you my personal experiences. I've got a little bit to share with you guys that I've found along the way that has been pretty significant for me. So there are hundreds of clinical studies confirming its safety profile. I don't want to get too caught up in the science behind it. There's thousands of videos, movies, abstracts out there that'll help you understand if you want to do a deeper dive on the compound itself. I strongly recommend Dr. Peter Attia. He is a pioneer in the forefront of longevity. He's got a great book out there that I'll put down in the link below if you want to grab. But as far as kind of getting caught up in the minutia of what creatine is and why it's used, I think that sidetracks us a little too much. I really do want to just focus on what happened with me and how to do the dosaging and just kind of answer those questions along the way and leave the science and the depth of it to anybody who might be wanting to look a little deeper into creatine usage. What creatine is not. Creatine is not a bodybuilding supplement that's being pushed by a largely unregulated industry. It's a natural compound that's formed in your brain and in your liver and produced through your body and stored as ATP within your muscle tissue. It is basically your energy currency within your body. Every time you move a muscle, you lift a weight, you think through a problem, your cells are burning ATP. It's creatine's job to make sure that you don't run out of gas. The science says that if you're over 50, creatine may be the single most important nutrient for both your body and for your brain. When your levels drop, which they do as we age, your body slows down, your energy tanks, and your brain literally runs out of fuel.
So after 50, just as our body is starting to produce less creatine, we are also eating less protein, less meat. We have a tendency to start eating fewer meals and less of those meals. We're giving ourselves a double shot, a direct shot at our energy, at our strength, and at our cognitive abilities. The research does show that the older adults are going to benefit way more than a younger adult does.
Okay, so here's the part where I want to share some of my personal experiences with this. I've, again, been taking 5 grams of creatine daily for the past 15 or 16 years. It's like brushing my teeth. It's just part of my routine. It's what I scoop in and I put into my protein powder. So I'm accustomed to that level. So what happened is I dug a little deeper into this cognitive advantage that seems to be available with an increased dosage. I decided to give it a shot. So again, 8 weeks, I went to 20 grams, and I will say it absolutely had some effects on me that I wasn't expecting. One of them really being what I would call word finding. I was always having difficulty sort of knowing what the word was I was looking for, but it wouldn't seem to surface. I was just struggling with that brain foggy sort of feeling. And this really cleared that up for me quite a bit. I felt like it used to be that there was this drawer that was stuck and I couldn't open it up and get the file that I needed. And that was gone. It was an unstuck drawer. I really felt a lot more, my short-term memory was getting better. The interesting part I think for me is that, and again, this is just my personal experience. I had a depression, I had a negativity, I had sort of this blahness all the time that I think once I felt like my memory was functioning better and I had the neurotransmitters firing better, it worked into that part of my life as well. I felt more upbeat, I felt more confident, I was able to share things and just seemed to have that more zest for living. Again, this is extremely abstract stuff. I felt for absolute sure, but along the way as well, I wasn't expecting so much of a positive experience to my negative thinking patterns and my inability to kind of access things as much and as quickly as I could before. If it was the name of a song, if it was the name of a TV show, I was struggling with that stuff. And for whatever reason, and I'm absolutely intending to stay at this level and continue this way, I felt much stronger and much better. So for what it's worth. So I've had people along the way ask me what creatine I use, and I have a tendency with most supplements to keep it as simple as possible. I don't like additives. I don't like lemonade flavors or anything like that. That's just going to add chemicals and preservatives to the product. So for me, it's a simple, straightforward creatine monohydrate. I'll put a link below to the one that I personally use.
All right, guys, so here's the video of me 8 weeks ago and as of this morning. So there's an 8-week span in between in which I upped my dosage of creatine. I also paid a lot more attention to my macros and to my protein. I trained a lot harder, so it's not existing in a bubble. It wasn't just creatine, but it was a buckle down. It was no alcohol, getting my sleep, kind of following some routines that I know work for me. So this has got me back physically where I want to be for the moment. And so yeah, this is it. This is how it's worked out over 8 weeks, and again, I have every intention of continuing on and training hard throughout the winter and just kind of going after my goals.
All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for this one for me. As always, if you would like, share, subscribe, and all the stuff that YouTube allows you to do to push my video up and get it in front of more people's eyes so we can educate a few more people and have a community that shares the results. If you try it for 2 weeks and you're seeing some results and you want to share it with the rest of the community, that would be great. Go ahead and put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. And the next one's going to be about, we're rolling into the holidays here at this point in time in real time. And so there's Thanksgiving, there's Christmas, there's going to be parties showing up. And we're just going to go over some cooking ideas in the kitchen that will allow you to maybe make some better choices as to what you're eating without feeling like you're sacrificing. There's some great sweets that you can do with figs and dates and monk fruit and different sugars that are going to allow you to not have that sugar spike and not wake up on January 2nd 5 pounds heavier. So that'll be the next one I'm going to do with my wife, and that's it for now. I'll catch you guys in the next one.